All right, so get this. Forget UFOs and conspiracy theories. Today, we're diving into something a little more out there. We're talking mind control. Well, sort of.
Buckle up, because this deep dive is, yeah, it's a weird one.
Right. So picture this. There's this tweet making the rounds. Someone claiming their former CEO is using, wait for it, brain machine weapons to attack them.
And they're not just ranting online, they're putting their money where their mouth is. We're talking $1 million worth of Ethereum vanished.
Poof. Gone. Like literally burned. Deleted from existence. 500 ETH to send a message. Pretty drastic, right?
Yeah, that's about $1 million US based on today's prices.
So that's where we're starting today. A tweet, some blockchain records showing these crazy Ethereum transfers, and one very big question. Could something like, I don't know, brain machine weapons actually exist?
Well, it sounds like a sci-fi movie plot.
Yeah, my first thought was, is this person serious? I mean, come on, brain machine weapons. But then I started thinking, okay, what if there's a sliver of truth buried somewhere in this whole thing?
Yeah, I mean, it's easy to dismiss this as pure fantasy, but there is a real field of study here. Brain-computer interfaces, BCIs for short.
Oh, right, BCIs. Yeah, I've heard about those. But isn't that more about, like, helping people with disabilities?
Exactly. Right now, the main focus of BCI research is medical, like helping someone who's paralyzed control a prosthetic limb just by thinking about it, or enabling someone with a speech disorder to communicate using a computer.
Wow, that's amazing. So, like, using technology to restore lost functions.
Right. We're even seeing progress in areas like restoring sensory feedback, so someone using a prosthetic hand could actually feel sensations again. Pretty incredible stuff.
Totally. But that's a far cry from, controlling someone's mind against their will, like the kind of mind control our Twitter friend is alleging.
Oh, absolutely. The current state of BCI technology is nowhere near that level of sophistication. I mean, take the recent breakthrough by researchers at UC San Francisco.
What was that?
They were able to restore speech to a paralyzed patient, used a brain implant to decode brain signals and translate them into words spoken by a digital avatar.
A digital avatar. So like a talking computer version of the person.
Yeah, exactly. And it's revolutionary, no doubt, but also incredibly complex. Requires invasive surgery, years of research, and tons of specialized equipment. Not exactly something you could use for, sinister mind control schemes.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, so we've got someone claiming their former CEO is using brain machine weapons to attack them. But the technology for that just isn't there yet. So what's going on here?
Well, that's the $1 million question, isn't it? Literally in this case. And this is where those Ethereum transfers get really interesting.
Right, because they didn't just burn all that ETH. They also made some pretty significant donations, like to WikiLeaks. And then there's that other transaction that, well, it might be going to support Ukraine.
Yeah, so we have someone claiming mind control, destroying a fortune in crypto, and making these donations that kind of suggest a certain worldview. It's hard to ignore those connections.
It's like they're trying to tie their personal experience to these larger organizations known for challenging authority or, fighting for freedom.
Right. And it raises some interesting questions. Is this a genuine cry for help, a publicity stunt, or something else entirely? It's really difficult to say.
Yeah, we're definitely in murky waters here. So I guess the big question is, what do we make of all this?
Well, I think the key takeaway, for me at least, is that we're seeing how technology, even something as seemingly neutral as blockchain, can be used to amplify personal experiences, to broadcast beliefs and concerns to the world.
Yeah, I mean, think about it. They use cryptocurrency to make a very loud statement.
Exactly. And regardless of whether their claims of mind control are true or not, the fact that they believe it so strongly is pretty powerful. It highlights how technology can intersect with personal fears and beliefs in ways we might not always expect.
And that brings up another point, right? While mind control might be the stuff of science fiction for now, BCI technology is advancing rapidly. And it's not hard to imagine a future where the lines get blurred, where the potential for misuse becomes very real.
Absolutely. And that's why it's crucial to have these conversations now about the ethical implications of BCI technology, about the potential for abuse, the need for safeguards, and how to ensure responsible development and regulation.
Because at the end of the day, technology is a tool. And like any tool, it could be used for good or for, not so good things. It's up to us to decide how we want to shape that future.
Exactly. We can't just blindly embrace every new technological advancement without considering the potential consequences. We need to be thoughtful, we need to be critical, and we need to engage in these discussions about how to ensure that technology serves humanity, not the other way around.
Well said. That's something to think about, folks. And that's our deep dive for today. Join us next time for another look at the weird and wonderful world where technology and, well, everything else collide.
See you then.